My name is Jazmin Garcia and I'm a video producer and director based in Los Angeles. My father immigrated to Los Angeles in the late 60s from Guatemala City, and my mom immigrated from Culiacan, Sinaloa in the 80s, and I was born here. My mom was really intentional about telling us about our culture, taking us to Mexico and traveling to get to know what our roots were, who our family was. And I had a moment when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, that I didn't want to connect with my roots. It didn't help me fit into my surroundings. There's been so many different moments of reconnecting with my roots. I lived abroad for a few years. I was very disconnected from my culture. Coming back to live in LA has been another form of reconnecting because I'm surrounded by so many Latinos here. And I'm really lucky to have this beautiful, warm, bright, plant-filled home. I used to live here with my dad. It's a place that I knew we were going to spend a lot of time in because he was sick. I mean, he was suffering a lot, so I wanted for it to feel as warm as possible in here and as comforting as possible in here. It still retains a lot of my dad's memory and the experiences we had here together in his last years. It's not about style, it's not about the way things look as much as the way things make you feel. And plants and bright colors and sunlight, all of that helped lift our mood during some really sad times. I'm lucky that both my parents were pretty stylish people. For them, dressing a certain way was to prove that they had worth in a culture that didn't value them. I've gotten a lot of clothes from my mom that she's taken really good care of from the 80s and from the 90s, and same with my father. My mom's still around, so I get to wear her stuff and I get to tell her, hey, look, I wore your sweater today. My dad passed away already, so it's really important for me when I wear his clothes and I'm surrounded by his things. It's just like getting a nice embrace from my pop, who's not here anymore. Everything I wear is in a way to honor them and to feel comforted by them through the objects they've left me. I first got into making videos when I was living in Berlin. I started just doing stuff with friends, like music videos and fashion things. I've gone from having absolutely zero resources and trying to gather friends to create things with me, to getting like a decent budget to produce something with like an actual crew. Having the chance to meet so many new people through the video work I do and getting to know more about their lives, how they grew up in this country and what their struggles are, what their hopes are. It's not about me as a director or producer, it's about that person's story. I just get to add my little touch to it that hopefully elevates their narrative. I'm very much inspired by traveling, new places that I see and new people that I meet, but also very much by my family and their stories of growing up in other countries and then having to navigate this one, to achieve their goals, to find a better life, to provide for their children opportunities that they never had. I got to see how a person can work so hard in a country like this and be invisible. That's definitely what has inspired me to create work that gives voice and elevates these similar narratives of first and second generation families here. I don't want people to think that style is something you have to have or that it's a priority in life. It's just something that you add on for your own comfort, to feel good about yourself. It should never be about anybody else. It should be to honor yourself, and in my case, it's also to honor my family.